I already know that I will regret this, but it is time to drive the Wiesel again. The Wiesel is, well, let's say it's not the best vehicle in the game. It's by far one of the worst SPAAs that I've had the chance to drive, but the Wiesel isn't a tank that you should be driving seriously. This is a meme tank. You drive this thing to have fun, and I believe I am one of the very few players who actually tried to play this vehicle seriously, and I think, well, I try to drive most vehicles seriously, but this thing, I don't know. I cannot get this thing to work, regardless of what I do, and that basically created the Wiesel challenge. Basically, the Wiesel challenge is trying to get the highest possible score by only, and I mean only, driving this vehicle. If you get destroyed, well, you have to leave the match. Basically, that's how the challenge works. Oh man, well, I'm about to torture myself with this thing. Definitely not a vehicle that I really enjoy driving, but let's see what stupid things I'll do with this weird vehicle. Now, there is one thing that this thing is good at, and that is speed. And of course, the Wiesel is also a flying tank. Well, not exactly a tank, but a tracked vehicle. A SPAA. It can fly if you find a good spot. You can actually launch this thing into the air, and yeah, that was a failed launch attempt. Didn't fly much, but you know, a good attempt regardless. And the only thing that this little thing can do is basically capture zones and maybe flank some lightly armored vehicles and maybe get a kill, but this thing is so hard to drive. Yeah, did you see that? It's slippery. It's like I'm driving on ice. That's how the tracks on this thing feel. Definitely literally the hardest vehicle to drive around because of how slippery the tracks are. You will see me struggling with the controls with this thing a lot, and you will see me counter steering a lot. I mean, this tank just loves to drift. And the grass isn't really making it any better here. Oh, look, a jump. The Wiesel can also jump. It can fly, it can jump, it can go fast. So there are some things that are going for this little thing. And it's very small. You can troll the enemies with this thing. Oh look, a turn 3. Let's put some machine gun fire, and there we go. Can you imagine I actually killed something with the Wiesel? And of course, didn't really want to do a 180, but don't really have a choice. Oh look, a T62. That engine and transmission is now busted. Of course, I don't really think that I can do anything to that tank. Maybe I can force it to burn down, I don't know. But getting a high score with this thing is, I don't know, it's definitely not the easiest task. Other SPAs I can get behind, but this thing is definitely unique. Well, the T62 got blown up. Let me go and reload. Have to go to the base to get my ammo back. Doesn't have a lot of ammo, and the water does slow it down drastically. So definitely try to avoid water with this vehicle. Oh, okay, now we can go and reload. I'm wasting ammo so that I can get a full clip when the ammo is reloaded. You have 2 clips of 100 shells per belt. It has a PDS that can penetrate up to 60 millimeters, but yeah, it doesn't really do much, to be honest. A 20mm main autocannon. The Term 3 has a better oh, uh-oh. Would you look at that? And that leopard didn't even look at me. They were shooting at someone else. They thought, yeah, the Wiesel isn't a threat. In most cases, it isn't. But I have a PDS loaded, and maybe I can get some side shots at the leopard. Let's see. Okay, that did some damage actually. That actually did some good damage. Okay, side. Let's put some more shells into the leopard. There we go. Let's spray that thing a little bit. The leopard is damaged. Yeah, I can penetrate the side armor, even if the classic ammo. Okay, there we go. And can you imagine? I got two kills with the Wiesel in one match. Unbelievable. 2 kills with the Wiesel. That's I think my new record with this thing. Okay, time to reload the ammo again. Look, I mean, look at the. It definitely does look nice, but it's not something that I would drive seriously. This thing is just. I mean, kind of funny because I kind of did treat this vehicle seriously in the last like 2 kills here, but yeah. I really don't like to drive this thing in a competitive way because this is driving this thing is painful. I kind of don't have words to exactly describe how this thing feels, but yeah, you drive this for the lols and giggles. And I actually got 2 kills. This tank trolled 2 tanks. That's lovely. Let me drop off the bombs. Let me see, where should I go? I have no idea. Actually, you know what? Let me drop the bombs. Wait, that's not. Why is my button not working? My button trolled me. The button did not want to work. Oh well. That was a fail. Okay, Wiesel is fully reloaded. Now let's roll around and let's see if I can find some targets to shoot at, or will some targets find me? That's the thing. That's the... Oh look, we have a Term 3 coming my way. And why did my... Well, okay. My autocannon stopped working for a second for some reason. That's weird, very weird, even though I did change the ammo on time. Well, that's a failed launch attempt. I tried to make a jump that did not work. I also love how all the time this tank... I never managed to turn this thing upside down, at least not... Actually, I think I did once, but it always somehow lands on its back, I think, which is kind of very weird. And I'll park right here where I can capture the base, and the enemy team will be confused. The enemy will be very confused when they look towards the base and they don't see anyone. Well, actually, I think they either are shooting at me or they're shooting at the... I think they're shooting at my teammates. But yeah, I can't really do anything else than capture the base, and I can theoretically try to hold the base and not move. Let's see, we have some tanks back. Hey, I'm first place with the Wiesel now. First place with the Wiesel. Lovely. A Yak Tiger, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to do much on the side armor. I did break the tracks though, so that's, I guess, one thing that you can do. You can shoot tracks with the Wiesel. At least that's one thing that it's kind of good at, although there are some tracks that I wasn't able to penetrate with this thing, which is hilarious. Okay, well, holding the base. I don't see enemy tanks trying to do anything funny here, at least not now. We will see what's going to... Oh, yeah, famous last words. Look at that. Ah, yes, too. Nope, let's go back to the house. Let's just go behind the house. There we go. Now let's see if I can... Well, I'm still first place, which is kind of worrying. First place with the Wiesel. Means I'm doing really good or the team is doing really bad. A T-29 cannot penetrate the side armor. Yep, that's impossible. It's not going to go through, obviously. Okay, let's reload the belt and then... Maybe I do get to shoot at something, who knows? Lightly armored targets are my targets. What did a T-29? That's the same T-29 from earlier. Okay, the Yak got destroyed, I believe. And what do we have there? We have two tanks. That's a that's a yes, two. And I think I saw a tortoise somewhere. I believe I did saw a tortoise somewhere. Not really sure where, but I believe the one of the enemy tanks is a tortoise, so it might be coming my way, who knows? Now let's see if we have some targets. Nope, that is behind the house. That's behind the house. And we have artillery coming my way, that's lovely. Artillery kills this thing, although surprisingly the armor on this thing seems to be better than the armor on some of the other tanks that I had the chance to drive. Surprisingly that's the case, although I didn't expect it would be able to survive splash damage like that, but as you can see it survived very close splash damage. I'm still first place. Believe it or not, I'm holding first place with Wiesel actually. Yeah, not anymore. Second place. But I am holding the base. And I am capping the enemy points. Okay, that's a big tank coming my way. Let's see if I can... Oh look, a object. I can definitely shred that. There we go. Nice. We got ourselves another kill. That would be the third kill today. Can you imagine I got 3 kills with the Wiesel? Well, total 3 kills, not 3 kills in one match, but total of 3 kills. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if that was the case last time. Now I'm getting a little bit worried. I have 2 tanks coming my way. My team is not really anywhere close to me at the moment. That IS-2 is looking at me. They're trying to... Yeah, they're looking at me. They're looking at the track. I think a little bit of my vehicle is visible there. Yeah, they are coming for me. Oh, they're coming for me. And obviously I cannot do anything to a IS-2. I can penetrate the armor of it. And I think I have a tank behind me. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I'm surrounded. Yeah, I'm surrounded. Well, the only thing left to do is just eat. I'm already so dead. Yep, I'm getting shot by 3 tanks, and well, GG. GG. I got torn to shreds. Oh well, the team kind of failed. Not really sure what were they doing. Anyway. Let's go to the next map. Oh my god. Trust me, driving this is... I'm driving this tank so you don't have to, because this thing is just... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely not a vehicle that's... You will be carrying a match with, although surprisingly, I almost did carry the game in the previous game with the Wiesel. If I did have a little bit of support, I would have been able to hold that position behind building, and no enemy tank would be able to get to me. So technically you can carry it, but it's very, very difficult. Oh look, a Rattle 20. There we go. That thing got torn to shreds. Well, no comment on the last one. I got blown up by a high explosive shell landing nearby. So yeah, you are not going to be safe from high explosive shells when driving this thing. Well, let me see what's going to happen here. Maybe I get some side shots at some of the lightly armored vehicles that are rushing forward. I mean, technically you should be able to get some good games with this thing, although getting a good game is a bit difficult when this thing is simply underperforming. But you can kind of try to get some silly moments out of it, and I think for that matter this is a funny vehicle. And I'm going straight towards the enemy base, and look at, did you see that? That tree just wrecked this tank. Well, tank, I call it a tank. It's not a tank, it's a SPAA, but you know what I'm trying to say. I hit the tree is still standing, by the way, and this tank got completely thrown off the rail, and yeah, there we go. Can you imagine not being able to break a tree with a armored vehicle? It's kind of funny, but it is the case with the Wiesel. Hello there. Let me see if I can do some damage to this thing. Well, up close I did set it on fire. I'll try to orbit. Not going to penetrate there. Let's set it on fire a second time. There we go. And let's put some more shells in the back of this M48. There we go. Hehe, nice. Alright, let me try to get back or not. Well, the fun got cut short. Let's go to the next one. I got this map again. Well, let's go forward. Okay, well, that was a failed attempt to jumping. So I will go and try to capture the base. I mean, technically you can surprise the enemy team with this thing just if you rush the base immediately. If you get to the base immediately, that kind of will maybe put some pressure on the enemy, I don't know. And you thankfully have some very good positions that you can go to with this thing, although you do need to have some team support in order to fully take advantage of the small size of this tank, well, of this SPAA. And we have a FV, okay, side shots, machine gunning the side, and there we go, ammo racked. Ironically, that's another kill. Did not expect to get another kill with this thing, but here we are, rolling another kill with the Wiesel. I don't know when we will get the Wiesel with the missile launcher. That's going to be my favorite vehicle in the game, probably. I'm definitely going to be driving that when it does arrive in the game. Currently, that Wiesel doesn't exactly exist. And that's a T-29. Not really sure that I can do anything to that tank. Maybe if I get lucky some shells go in, but that's a heavy tank, and I'm fairly sure I'm not going to go through the armor on that thing from any angle. Or are they looking at me? Oh yes, they are looking at me. Okay. Yep, they were looking at me. Oh, okay. Well, That was a fail. Wiesel Wiesel space program. It does exist. You're about to witness it. See that ramp? Well, okay, that was kind of nice. That was kind of funny, actually. This thing is so slippery. Yep, that shell was meant for me. That tank took it. Let's just go back. I planned to fly a little bit, but this didn't really take off because it's so slippery. The controls are just so weird for this thing. Probably the most difficult to control vehicle in the game. And if you're driving the M4, the new M4, well, there we go. That was some nice airtime, and I got served at a golden plate to that tank, and I got blown up. Well, next we have the same map, surprisingly. Let me see if I can get the jump correctly now. There we go. Not exactly a good jump, but nonetheless a better jump, definitely a better jump than the first one. The first one was hilarious because I was driving on one track. That was actually kind of funny. And let me capture the base a little bit. Or I get pushed by the friendly, a yak tiger. Can I penetrate the side armor? I think it's 80 millimeters. Yeah, I'm not going through 80 millimeters, that's for sure. Unfortunately, it's not going to penetrate 80 millimeters, so I can forget about that. And let's drive. That's another yak tiger. I can't do anything to it, so let's just keep moving. Can I technically make a jump over there? I think there's a ramp. Yeah, let's take off with Wiesel. There we go. No. Well, this is literally the definition of non-existent luck. I actually wanted to jump over this rubble here, but yes, didn't have the momentum, and I got stuck. Well, the Wiesel is stuck. How lovely! It would be a epic jump if it did manage to go where I wanted to go, but you know, the tracks on this are so slippery. Well, let's try to capture this base in the next match as well. And this little position right here by this rock offers enough protection so that the enemy doesn't see me. And yeah, I think this is a good spot, perfect spot for the Wiesel. It's such a small tank, such a small vehicle. Or the spot behind, nothing can basically. Hey, T-44. And they immediately look at me. I love that. Although I'm not really sure how I didn't kill it, since the T-44 shouldn't have a lot of armor on the side, but okay, I guess. Doesn't matter. It penetrates 60, it's not going to penetrate, I guess, so. Yeah, and the base is captured now, so that's a good thing. The T-44 coming for me. But I'm small tank, and the T-44 can't really put the gun down, and they can't hit me. There we go. Now, it should have been. Why did none of my shells do any damage to it? I have no idea. Oh, and now they broke my tracks. I think I am dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Well, everything was funny until the tracks got broken. And when the tracks got broken, the tank got broken as well. The tracks are so bad in this tank. So, well, not bad in terms of, I mean, they're bad actually. What was that all? Did you see that? That was a drift with one track. That was lovely. Not exactly the best map since I'm exposed from all sides. A T-44, yeah, nope. Not today. Let's just... yeah, let's... let's go here. Oh, I know what I'm about. Oh, I know what I'm about to do. Oh, I know what I'm about to do. And of course, it doesn't have enough penetration to penetrate the side armor of the M6. Well, the M6 has a huge gun, and they can't lower it. Actually, I did some damage to it. I did penetrate the back part, but that was a fail, unfortunately. Every time I catch a tank like that, it's always like they have always teamwork. They always have teamwork. They always have team support. But when I'm caught like that, I have no team support at all, like ever. I always have to do everything myself. Oh well, we're going to the next match, regardless. Now, on this map, I actually managed to get 1,500 points. No, not on this game, not on this exact match, but when I didn't record, I managed to get 1,500 points with Wii. Oh, come on! I didn't even go to the rock. Of course, it does hit the rock, though. That's a must. It has to hit the rock, of course. But I'll try to capture the base, since that's the only thing that this thing is kind of good at. Capturing zones and capturing the base. Or I get destroyed and yeah, I'm dead. Well, I think I've had enough for the Wiesel for today. Oh my god, this tank makes me so mad. This tank makes me mad, but that was a fun little run with the Wiesel. So, that was it for today. That will be it for today. If you guys would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe. And as always, I'll see you next time.